Every warrior walks a different path. Samurai, the path of discipline. Ronin, the path of independence. Ninja, the path of strategy. Zen monk, the path of wisdom. Shogun, the path of power. But today, we explore the path of the ninja doesn't react, he observes. Someone insults your character and your pulse instantly spikes. A minor inconvenience occurs and your entire afternoon is ruined by emotional turbulence. You respond immediately to every stimulus, every criticism, and every internal flash of discomfort. You operate in a state of pathetic reactivity, constantly twitching, constantly defending your ego, and surrendering your mental sovereignty to anyone who knows which buttons to push. Here is the diagnosis you refuse to acknowledge. You have zero space between sensation and response. You mistake knee-jerk emotional outbursts for strength and impulsive defense for self-respect. You believe that reacting quickly proves your power. In truth, your instant reactivity is absolute proof that you are completely controlled by external forces. In the deadly covert operations of feudal Japan, reactivity was a guaranteed death sentence. Shinobi clans operating in hostile territories were surrounded by trained assassins, suspicious guards, and lethal traps. An operative who flinched at a sudden noise, reacted to a provocation, or relaxed his awareness after completing a strike was eliminated instantly. To survive in the darkness, they mastered a microscopic psychological weapon. Zanshin, the state of unbroken, relaxed observation. Consider the modern person, specifically the physical coward. He avoids physical hardship, shrinks from confrontation, and chooses the softest, most comfortable path at every turn. When physical strain or social tension arises, his heart rate explodes, his vision narrows, and he panics. He reacts to discomfort by flinching, making excuses, or retreating entirely. He lacks the physical and mental posture to sit inside tension without breaking. The Shinobi caste viewed this flinching instinct as a fatal defect. Historical ninja manuals like the Bansanukai and Shoninki emphasize that an operative must maintain an uninterrupted, calm state of awareness before, during, and long after an action is executed. They understood that true observation requires complete emotional detachment. They did not absorb tension. They allowed reality to unfold while their mind remained like still water. At the core of Zanshin within the Shinobi doctrine was a precise mechanical process, maintaining relaxed 360-degree situational awareness without fixating on any single threat or outcome. Picture a Shinobi operative crouching on the rafters of an enemy war pavilion at midnight. The air is thick with the scent of wood smoke, old iron armor, and stale sake. Below him, heavily armed samurai guards pace with drawn steel. A guard suddenly drops a heavy iron spear onto the wooden floorboard with a deafening crash. The sound echoes through the dark hall like a thunderclap. An untrained man would flinch, gasp, or reach instinctively for his blade, exposing his position and sealing his fate. But the Shinobi executes Zanshin. His pupils remain dilated, his heart rate steady, his muscles supple. He does not react to the noise. He observes it. He registers the guard's mistake, measures the shift in guard positions, and remains completely motionless in the shadows. Historical tradition records that Shinobi operatives train themselves to maintain this unbroken state of remaining mind even after delivering a lethal strike, knowing that the moment after a victory is when a warrior is most vulnerable to ambush. Modern popular legend often depicts the shinobi as supernatural shadow demons with magical reflexes. Strip away the theatrical folklore, and the cold historical truth of Zanshin emerges. It is a rigorous, trainable protocol of emotional containment and spatial intelligence. It is the refusal to let external chaos dictate your internal state. Modern life has systematically broken your capacity for Zanshin. Society floods you with outrage, constant noise, and artificial urgency to keep you reactive, unfocused, and weak. 28. You fail because you treat every impression, insult, and urge as the emergency that demands your immediate energy. You bleed power through your constant emotional twitching. You excuse your reactivity by claiming you are naturally passionate, sensitive, or stressed. The hard warrior truth is that your emotional outbursts are simply a lack of self-discipline. Observe the tension. Look at your daily habits. Every time you snap in anger, every time you jump to defend yourself against petty gossip, and every time you panic under physical strain, you hand over control of your life. You're acting like a puppet whose strings are pulled by every minor event around you. Stop reacting to the bait. Insert a wall of cold, unyielding silence between stimulus and action. Let the world rage, scream, and provoke while you stand still and observe. 34. Kill the reaction. The ninja doesn't react, he observes. Zanshin is not a defensive posture. It is the ultimate expression of mental mastery. When you stop reacting, you stop being predictable. You become an invisible, unshakable force inside your own life. Master the silence between impulse and action. Observe without judgment and assume absolute sovereignty over your mind. Observe and dominate. Every warrior walks a different path. Samurai, the path of discipline. Ronin, the path of independence. Ninja, the path of strategy. Zen monk, the path of wisdom. Shogun, the path of power. Which one are you? Comment below.